Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about New Avengers issues 3 and 4. This is part of the Hickman era on that series that was pretty fantastic. Now in these two issues, Hickman's going to give us two new members to the team that are pretty interesting picks. The first new character that we get is Hyperion, and he's really interesting because in Avengers history in general, he's been more of a villain to the team, or an antagonist at least. There has been many versions of this character that have come from other realities over the years, but this seems to be like the OG Hyperion from that Squadron Supreme series that we got back in the 80s. Now, I've really learned to like Hyperion over the years, especially he was like the main villain to the Exile series. What we discover in this story is that Hyperion's reality has been destroyed. It seems that it went through the whole process of the incursions. Two different realities, two different dimensions crash into each other, destroying both in the end, and the only survivor of this whole situation was Hyperion, just floating through hyperspace. Sorry, it's not hyperspace, he was actually floating in nothing, and he was found there by AIM. They were able to pull him out, bring him to the 616 universe. Once in that reality, he's rescued by the Avengers. That when they find him, they're like, oh boy, we're not sure if this is the good one or the bad one. So the cool thing with Hyperion on the Avengers is that basically he's like a Superman type character. He has a very similar power set to him. You also have Thor on the team, so you have two really big guns. So as a reader, when you see two characters of this caliber, this powerful on the team, you start thinking to yourself, what is the writer going to do with these guys? What are they going to go up against that merits to have two super powerful characters on the same team and not have them be redundant? And spoilers, just in case, for those who have not read Hickman era Avengers, Thor and Hyperion are going to end up going toe-to-toe against the Beyonders. It is freaking awesome, their last stand, but obviously we're at the beginning of the run at this moment. I also love how Hickman focuses on how Hyperion sees reality in the first place, how he perceives it, because he has insane hearing and sight. So in issue 3, this is the first mission that Hyperion has with the Avengers. Actually, I don't know if he went to Mars and fought against Ex Nihilo. I would have to double check that. But the thing is, they go up against AIM, and Hyperion obviously is not too thrilled to see these guys. So what happened prior to this, AIM had gone to one of these places that were terraformed by Ex Nihilo with one of those biobombs that we talked about in previous videos. It's in Savage Land, and here we actually have the birth of those weird zebra kids that Hyperion, after rescuing them, is going to become their surrogate father. Now, in issue 4, we have Smasher from the Imperial Guard joining the Avengers. This is a very interesting character. Now here, Jonathan Hickman establishes a connective tissue with Grant Morrison's run on New X-Men back in the early 2000s. There we had a Smasher who died fighting against Cassandra Nova. He fell to a field in Iowa. Years later, a young woman named Izzy Dare finds the Smasher goggles. She puts them on and she converts into the new Smasher. She ends up flying to the Shi'ar Empire, and after proving her worth and merit to the Shi'ar, she actually joins the Imperial Guard. And later on, she's going to join the Avengers, and she's going to be like the liaison between the Avengers and the Shi'ar. She's going to play an important part in the Infinity crossover. And later on, she's going to be the love interest to Cannonball. And it's so cool to see Hickman actually give Cannonball a happy ending to his story.